Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
So I see, fourth grade testing doesn't change at all.
Look how clean. Where is this?
Yep.
This is not the Star Wars universe I'm aware of. This is like prequel era. Why is this Star Wars so clean right now?
So I'm wondering what planet is this? Is obviously an inner rim planet, where they have some money.
Right. So China, this is CCP Galaxy.
Don't you ever want to do
It's a bunch of infrastructure.
exciting?
Right, and
Like what?
right here.
What if we could go anywhere we
When the
wanted?
towels, I'm assuming that's the towels.
Yeah.
Real adventure. No more pretend.
Like, nope, I'm checked out. Right here already. This is a kid show.
Oh,
This
it's
is
because
100% a kid show.
the three main
and-
characters so far are kids.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
and this is what I've been saying about Disney and Star Wars. They've been trying to make it family friendly, and I think this is what's killing Star Wars. Is like making it family friendly. Like it's not a family friendly universe, but
Let me say this. After we have seen the success of R-rated superhero movies, how good they are, from Logan, all the Deadpools, all the way to Deadpool and Wolverine, right? It's so good. Should we get an R-rated Star Wars movie?
100%.
Comment down below what you think.
100%.
What do you think,
But
Matt?
just look at Andor, just look at Book of Boba Fett, and by that I mean Mandalorian season 2.5, where you have Cad Bane and everything. Look at the Mandalorian, where you have more. I don't want to say adults, but
It's
it's
adult
more
themed.
about. So it's a more focused thing about stuff that is not family friendly.
Right.
And what killed Book of Boba Fett is that horrible chase scene. That is the slowest chase scene ever. And you're not telling me that they didn't do that to make it family friendly. And making it family friendly is just. My kids will like Star Wars. My kids love Rogue One.
Yeah.
My kids love the original trilogy. My kids love the prequels. Right?
But you raised
before it
them
got too
better to
family
like the
friendly. But now-
sequels.
Yep. But now you're starting to use the cartoons, use Bad Batch, use
Right.
the cartoons, Rebels, to get the family friendly. And
I was
right
gonna
here,
say,
you're getting this.
are we being a little hypocritical here? As someone, I know that we've both probably watched at least a combined over 100 hours of Clone Wars and Rebels. Are we being a little bit facetious here by complaining of that this is a kid's show? Or this is Goonies in space? These are little kids. This is for a 7-year-old. Is this for dads? Could this be a dad show? Can we pray? Dad.
This is Disney trying to get the dads to watch it with their kids.
Yeah,
I think
it's not working.
So far from this trailer, it's a swing and a miss.
Well, let's continue the trailer. Let's see.
Yep.
Buried in the woods.
Right there.
Oh,
Hate that.
Star Trek. Yeah, little Data reference.
That's what's his name?
Data.
No. From he's the gadget kid in the Goonies.
Uh-huh.
So we have to have the gadget. Now we're having the gadget girl. So
K. Hu Kwan.
yeah, I was gonna say K. Love him. He is so awesome. But that's right there. There you go. Goonies in space. Hey, you guys.
This is Boba Fett. Hey, you guys. Like a young Boba Fett.
Be careful where you step.
Because that kid was
And see,
fat.
for a brief moment, I'm watching this part thinking that maybe it's not a kid's show. But we'll see here in 10 seconds in the trailer.
It looks way
it
too
is.
good. It looks way too good to be a kid's show. What is the
Too
budget?
polished.
It's so good look. They're going
Is that a K2 unit?
We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space.
Come on. It's dangerous out there in space.
But Star Wars has, according to George Lucas, and forever will be, not according to George Lucas, because he sold it to the white S words, what they call Disney. This has always been a kids show. It's always been for kids. Are we able to be mad at this because we grew up and Star Wars didn't? Because that's my favorite thing about college girls. I keep getting older; they stay the same age.
Yeah,
So I'm
basically.
sorry.
The issue is that the galaxy is extremely dangerous, and by presenting this, like, even in the sequel movies, we have these rampaging monsters on a ship. But by presenting them in a comical manner, like, we're really taking away from how dangerous it is. And that's what I get from this trailer is that, hey, this is very vicious monster. And these kids are like, oh no.
Let me ask you
But
this.
like you're taking everything away from like how crazy this universe is.
Well, let me ask you this, Matt. You're a soulless Star Wars fan who somehow appreciates the filth that is Episode 8, aka the Broom Kid. Would you be back on board with this television show if they picked up Broom Kid along the way?
No.
No, because I
Nope.
feel like if I was not watching this series at all, eight episodes or whatever, right? And then like on episode 5, I'm just scrolling through Twitter. Now we call it X, and I don't know, Paul Tulsi or whatever his name is, from Forbes writes an article, and he's like, Broom Kid's back. I would be like, all right, maybe I will watch this show
so
if Broom Kid's
I will say
coming
this.
back.
So if we get into this idea of this very gray area of training people who are force sensitive and how maybe we don't have a Jedi Academy anymore, but we're going to try to like find Jedi who have been trained, who are trying to like train more Jedi, but it's not sanctioned, then that I think is like an actual like really good storyline. Like, what do we do for the next generation? Because everything's been destroyed. So if we were to present it in a manner where Broom Kid has Jedi sensitivity, and we find Jude Law is this guy who wasn't killed by Order 626, and he wants to train people in the Force, and not form his own academy, but like just train people who are sensitive to it. That is an awesome storyline. But if we just want to throw Broom Kid, hey, it's Broom Kid. Meh.
Yeah,
He's part of the Goonies now.
Shoehorn him in. Right.
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
I agree. So I will say I love what you just said there, and I think if it's not true today and it's not true tomorrow, as much as I love and know Star Wars, it will be true one day. If Star Wars, like now I'm watching the kid show and I'm talking like a kid. If Star Wars is true to one thing, it is going back and creating more IP to make the original IP make more sense, right? AKA, there is a dangling plot line we like to call Broom Kid from episode 8. Now, unfortunately, someone growing up, their favorite movie will be episode 8. And then they will go to Hollywood and they will get a job, or I was going to say working for Lucasfilms, but they're working for Disney and Lucasfilms or whatever. And that might just be in Texas because of the location and the studio, whatever. Anyway, so you get the point though. The writer gets the job, and their job is to create a storyline off of Broom Kid. The same way there was a pass away line in A New Hope, right? Episode 4. I fought with your father back in the Clone Wars, and it's like, what can we scrape? How much fucking money can we take out of this one line? And that's what's going to happen with episode 8 in The Broom Kid. Eventually, if not today, if not tomorrow, you are 100% right. One day they will capitalize on the money grab that is Broom Kid.
Two quick points. One is they are always capitalizing off of minor characters. There is in Empire Strikes Back, in Cloud City, a guy running with an ice cream maker. and they retconned it to be a guy running with essential data. Blah 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 blah.
He is one of my favorite. No, it's not that. He's one of my
it's
favorite.
hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. But
Comic-Con.
you-
No. You have to shout out Comic-Con. Every Comic-Con, there is the running of the ice cream makers. There's so many fucking people who dress up as this man that they all just parade around like it's Spain running from a bull. Go on with point number two.
So the second point is that you bring up a good point because the first prequel came out in what 99, 98?
Something like that.
And somebody who was a kid back then fell in love with Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks, right? Because he was supposed to be family friendly, and we're talking about family friendly. And they actually like Jar Jar Binks, and now they are old enough because it is 25 years later to be writing for Star Wars and Disney, and this is what we get. So
You are absolutely right. Welcome. We are just finishing up this reaction
That's it.
video
right, let's finish this.
for the Skeleton Crew,
Skeleton Crew.
aka Goonies in Space.
It is really Goonies in Space, and this is
Here it
right
is.
here. Here it is. You're a Jedi.
No,
And it's
I'm
Jude Law.
Jude Law. A Jedi.
Is it just me, or is that scene lit in a way that we should know who Jude Law is? Like, I feel like his reveal, we should know that he's like Qui-Gon Jinn, or he's like Buka Luka Bakachu, and I have no fucking clue who he is, but I feel like it's lit in a way that reveal should be more significant.
That also feels like an episode 5, episode 6 reveal. Mark it, count it, turn it into a short editor. It feels like a episode 5 or episode 6
wrap.
reveal.
Yeah.
So, like, I think maybe, geez, after watching The Acolyte, we had 2 out of 8 episodes, right? An entire fourth of the season was dedicated
Backstory,
to
yeah.
a backstory. And if you look at the book of Boba Fett, every time he got to the Bacta tank, we went back to in time, right? So I'm just saying, I think
I will
these,
say it
everyone
was
at Disney
better
loves
on the Book of
Memento.
Boba Fett with the back to tanks than in Acolyte, but yeah, you have to have at least 1 or 2 episodes that's like, hey, you know all this stuff you're confused by? Let's explain it. Let's lay it out for you instead of like, they're doing that show not tell,